Hi Aryland, what's up? What's good? I hope mko poa. I've missed you guys. Another week, another video. And for all those new subbies, I see you. I see you. Welcome to the fam. Welcome to the fam. For the old subbies, ones who keep on watching, and for those people who watch without subscribing, I see you too. I see you. Anyway, on this week's video, we're going to do a story time about a nail tech who was making my nails by faith, eh? But really, like Kamagira nail tech, like this thing happened to me, and I was like, what? It's actually happening to me. It was ridiculous. So, I usually say you don't do your hair in the suburbs, right? So you do your nails, you do your facial in the suburbs because they have the products and everything. But I go do my hair in those two dingy salons like in town, or if like those two market wherever salons, where you find the ladies outside and they're like looking at you and calling you najokshuka, and then you go like, hey, how much? And they're usually very affordable too. So you get win-win. They know how to do your hair and pretty affordable. So I was like, yeah, it got to that time of the month where I needed to do my hair, to braid it, to be specific. So this is me. I go to town and I'm walking by, I think that road is called what? In Mombasa now. That road is called, I think, Moi Avenue. I'm not very sure what it's called. I'll put it somewhere down there. And this lady calls me and I'm like, oh, okay. She looked like she knew what she'd done because her hair was really done really, really good. And so I go to her and I'm like, how much will it be to braid my hair? And then she tells me, and I was like, what? Sawa twende. So she takes me, we walk like a few blocks to her salon, which is upstairs. And all these women don't own these salons. They just get like space, right? They're lent a space where they can put you, there's a mirror in front of you and then a seat, and then you sit there and you pick your hairpiece color and they start braiding your hair. And that's what happened. So she leads me up to the salon, we go up the stairs, it's like 4th floor. I was panting, I was like, hey, atufiki, getting there. And we get there and she gives me a seat, those two plastic blue seats, and then there's a long mirror in front of me. It's not long horizontally, it's like vertical. So it's like we're sharing it with a bunch of people who have like the next seat, right? So I'm seated there and I pick my braid, and typical to these places, because of the cheapness or affordability of these places, you actually get to like, what is it called? Like split the hair for the salonist so that they can braid your hair. So this is me. I had like my braiding hair. I was like giving her chunks, and then she's braiding my hair. So as she's braiding my hair, we're talking, typical salon talks about everything else. So we were there with my sister. She finished braiding my hair first, and then I was sitting there waiting for my sister. Then she turns to me and asks me, Nimo, unataka kutengenezwa kucha? I know a guy. So I was like, I looked at my nails and I was like, yeah, as in it wouldn't hurt. Let me make my nails, right? So my hair, I had that natural facelift from braiding my hair. I was like this, and I thought, oh, I should probably do my nails too, right? Since I'm waiting. So she tells me she has a guy, and I was like, oh, okay, call him. He does my nails. So this is where everything just went south. This guy comes. And I look at him from top to bottom. He's wearing jeans, like sport shoes, and it's so hot. And the only thing he had in his hand was a nail file, and not those wooden nail files, like it's called what? Those chuma ones, like the metal ones. That's the only thing he had. This guy was coming to do a money in Pedi for me, and he didn't even have anything, just a nail file. This is the moment where I should have thought like everything was going to hell, but no. Me trying to support the boy child, I was like, hey, baba mambo, nataka kutengenezwa mguu na mkono, how much? She's like, so he told me, since ni zote mbili, I'll do for you like 400. I was like, hey, that's affordable. I've never paid 400 for money in Pedi before. I was like, okay, I'm ready. So he takes me out of the room where I was getting my hair braided out till outside. He gives me another seat, and then he pulls up a bench and sits across from me. And then he tells me, nipatie mkono. So at this moment, I was just like, okay, no towels, no nothing. But I didn't ask. I just went to the floor because I was like, maybe he has his way of doing things, right? So I give him my hand, and then this guy starts filing my nails. And all the clip-ins just were falling between, it was either on my legs or on his legs. And I was like, I am paying for this. But then again, I was trying to support a small business because I have a small business as well. So he kept on filing and they kept on falling on me or on him. And then he didn't have a towel or nothing. So he filed my toes as well. Oh, the toe section. He told me, niekele mguu hapa kwa lap. No towel, no nothing. Me, I'm just like, aki mguu yangu ni chafu. He's like, aki mguu zako ni safi. It was at this moment I should have noticed that he didn't have water to like wash my feet after he filed them. That's why he was telling me my feet were very clean. He just filed my nails, went into the salon where we were inside, took a piece of cotton wool, and then put a bit of water in it, and then came and rubbed. They weren't clean, but we're supporting the boy child, right, in his business. So after that, he asks me like, what color nail polish? And I'm like, give me the chart, like usually, like what usually happens in a nail bar, right? You give me the chart, I pick the nail polish. So he's like, you just tell me, when niambie tu. I was like, okay. Nikaambia neutrals. He's like, neutrals gani? Za pinks, za whites, za grays. I was like, neutral tu kitu yenye ukinipaka itaonekana. And then he's like, okay, nakuja. This guy went for like 15 minutes. And then he comes back. I see two guys walking towards me. One is carrying like a whole bag full of nail polish, and then my guy who was doing my nails is walking beside him. And then they come to me, and then he's like, pick a color. Then I was like, so wacha tu hapo nje, and decide, like usually what we do, right? You leave it there and then you'll decide. This guy goes like, chagua sai. Like, okay. So I pick a color. And I was like, oh, this one looks nice. But then I was like, if you pick that color, it's the final color. I'm not coming back with the color with the nail polish again. I was like, okay, why is he being so rude though? So I picked my color. He picked a base coat. But for the top coat, this guy was like, ukifikia hapo utakuja kuchukua hiyo ingine. So I was like, hey, why are you being so mean on this guy? Yeah, you know, he's trying to hustle like you. I didn't say all these conversations were going on in my head because I was like, this guy looks like he knows. Because he filed my nails really good apart from the part for washing, but my nails looks really, really dope. So I sit there and then this guy goes like, oh, he needs now because it was gel polish, right? He needs the UV bracket thing. Yeah, for all you guys who get their nails done, you know what I mean. So where you put your like your fingers and then they dry up, right? So he didn't have that either. He went over to another salon to go borrow that, and he came back. So he's like, okay, let me look for the plug. And the plugs in that salon where we were getting our braids done, none of the plugs were working. So he went over to the next salon and asked for like if he can place me there and use the power to like make my nails. It was so awkward because I had my hair done in another salon and then he took me to another salon to get my like nails done, and the women there were looking at me and those like kutengenezwa hapa lakini umekuja tu hapa kutengenezwa nails. And I was like okay. So this guy started doing my nail polish. He could like, the application was really good, but the thing is when I put my fingers in the UV thing, the box thing, usually you feel a bit of heat, right? And sometimes it can get really hot, but I was feeling nothing. The light was just blue, but there was no heat. I was like, nikamuuliza, is this thing working? Baba, is this thing working? And it's like, inafanya kazi, it's working. So I just kept on my fingers there. And then like after 5 minutes, he took my other hand and was like, he placed it there. And I was so sure this thing was not working. So after that, he applied now my nail polish. And then he put my fingers there, and then he went over to go look for the top coat. So while he was gone, like after 20 minutes of each hand in the UV thing, I touched my nails and there was smudging. This thing wasn't working clearly. Like I told the guy, it wasn't working. I think the person who gave him like a thing that wasn't working. That was like bad. So my nails were getting smudged and I was getting sad and more sad. I was thinking, what am I doing here? I want to support his business, but he doesn't have anything. Like, you know, his business is like an air business. He's selling stuff that he doesn't have. So I sit there and then in comes my sister and she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm getting my nails done. And at this time, I was the only one in that salon. No nail technician, no nothing. It was just me sitting there trying to like put my fingers in this cold UV thing to make them dry, but they weren't dry. And my sister just laughed because if you know, people don't go getting their nails done in places like that, right? You stick to the suburbs for getting your nails done. At least that's what we do, right? But we decided to support, this side of the business. It was really bad. So the guy comes back 30 minutes later and I'm sitting there and he's like, wacha nipake top coat ndio shine. I was like, wacha tu. I think kwenye iko sawa. Ni how much? And he's like, akikai, hata sio kutengeneza mguu. And he's like, me I'm good. Wacha tu nikulipe tu hii. So I paid him and then he's like, akikai, sungekaa tu nikutengeneze mguu. I'm like, how can I tell you that you're doing a lousy job without actually hurting your feelings? Because, you know, I'm not about that life of going to hurt people. But this, as in there was no array around it. I just had to tell him. I just told him like, baba, hii machine yako iwak, angala kucha zangu. So when I touched my nails, zikaanza kusmudge. Now he's apologizing and telling me he's going to apply like regular polish so that I don't feel duped. But I felt duped already. So I was just like, nipatie shoes zangu nivae. So I paid him 400 bob for my nails and then I went over to the car. And then I was seated at the car and opening the car door, my nails just continued to disintegrate, as I called it. He dirtified me instead of making me feel pretty. My hair was nice, but my nails were not so nice. That's the day I learned, you know, make sure this person you're going to, has everything that you need to do to offer you the service that you need. Moral of the story is this guy looked like he knew what he was doing. Baba, just invest on your own equipment. I hope you bought your own equipment because you look like you know what you're doing. You look like you're that guy who hustles, you know? Yes. Subscribe down below. And tell me if something like that has ever happened to you. Because I heard about all these stories and it had never happened to me until that day. But I never let it happen to me again. Yeah.